Today, we're tackling something I'm calling the garlic question. Is it possible that a daily dose of this stuff is the key to better health? Let's find out.
Okay, so let's just think about this for a second. What if a super simple trip to the grocery store could actually seriously upgrade your health? I mean, what if one of the most common things in your kitchen right now holds a huge secret to feeling better? We're talking about something cheap, easy to find, and, well, pretty powerful.
So, according to an online source we're looking at, the answer might be sitting right there in your pantry. We're talking about raw garlic, and that's the key word, right? Raw, not roasted, not in a powder, raw.
So that brings us to the big question, the really specific challenge posed by the source. What actually happens to your body if you eat 3 cloves of raw garlic every single day? Yeah, let's dig in and find out. 3. Just 3. That's the magic number according to this source. They're super specific about it. Not 2, not 4, 3. So just, keep that number in your head as we go through all the potential benefits.
All right, first up on the list of potential perks, a boost for your heart and circulation. We're going to take a look at how garlic supposedly impacts your whole cardiovascular system.
So, benefit number 1? The source claims your blood pressure might actually drop. And look, for a ton of people, that is a huge deal for their long-term health. But how? How does it do that? Well, it all comes down to this one compound called allicin. Think of it as the powerhouse, the active ingredient in raw garlic. The source says this is what helps your blood vessels kind of chill out, relax a bit, which improves your circulation and, boom, potentially lowers your blood pressure. And hey, the heart benefits don't stop there. Next up, benefit number 2, it could help with your cholesterol. That other huge piece of the cardiovascular puzzle. But here's the really interesting part. It's not just about lowering all cholesterol. The source points to studies showing that raw garlic specifically targets the bad stuff, the LDL, and helps reduce it. And at the same time, it leaves your good HDL cholesterol alone, keeping it stable. And that's a really important difference.
Okay, let's shift gears a bit. We've talked about the heart, now let's talk about your body's defense force. We're looking at how garlic might just strengthen your natural immunity.
And benefit number 3 is a biggie. We're talking about a serious upgrade to your immune system. The whole idea here is that this simple little habit could make your body way more hostile to germs.
So how does that work? Well, the source breaks it down like this. First, it boosts your white blood cells. The soldiers of your immune system. And then it helps those soldiers get better at their job, fighting off both viruses and bacteria more effectively.
All right, next up, we're diving even deeper into the body, looking at what you might call internal harmony. We're going to see how garlic supposedly affects your digestion and inflammation. Okay, benefit number 4 is one you might actually feel pretty quickly: better digestion. And really, this all boils down to what's happening in your gut.
So here's what the source says it does. It stimulates your digestive enzymes, it wages a little war on the harmful bacteria in your gut, and the result of all that, it can help cut down on bloating, which is pretty nice.
And for our 5th and final benefit, we're talking about something absolutely crucial for your long-term health. The claim is that garlic may help reduce inflammation throughout your body.
So why is that such a big deal? Well, the source material points out that chronic inflammation is basically linked to almost every major chronic disease out there. So yeah, anything that could potentially help get that under control is definitely something worth looking at.
Okay, hold on. Before you run to the kitchen and start chowing down on garlic, the source gives a really important word of caution. This stuff is potent. It's powerful. So let's talk about how to approach this the smart way.
So the source lays out 3 simple rules. Rule number 1, start slow. Please do not jump straight to 3 cloves on your first day. Rule 2, maybe don't take it on an empty stomach, especially if you have a sensitive system. And rule number 3, which is probably the best advice for anything health-related, just listen to your body. It'll tell you what's working.
All right, so let's bring it all home. Time for the final verdict. Let's just summarize the incredible power that this source suggests is packed into just 3 little cloves of garlic a day.
There's a quote from the source material that I think just nails it. It calls garlic nature's antibiotic, heart protector, and gut healer. I mean, wow, that's a pretty powerful way to sum up everything we've just talked about, right?
And so, that leaves us with one final kind of provocative question that the source itself asks. After hearing about all the potential upsides and also the words of caution, the question is, are you brave enough to try it? Definitely something to chew on.